Auburn University's world-renowned College of Veterinary Medicine has been in existence since 1892, and it is the oldest program of its type in the South. Dr. Soren Rodney talks about the importance of beef cattle production in the state of Alabama and the role of veterinary medicine.
Alabama is a huge player in the beef cattle industry. We probably rank number 16 in the country in terms of numbers of beef cows, and it has a huge economic impact on the state's economy. It probably brings in $400 to $450 million a year. So beef cattle production is a huge part of Alabama's economy, and so it's really important that we do everything we can to safeguard the health and well-being of our livestock. Certainly we have some very sophisticated, progressive beef cattle producers that do a tremendous job of maintaining the health and well-being of our cattle, but sometimes they need a little bit of veterinary help, and that's where the Auburn University College of Veterinary Medicine steps in training veterinary students to go out and care for all species of animals, whether it be dogs, cats, horses, cattle, whatever the case may be. It's important to produce veterinarians that can care for all of our animal species. It's amazing how sophisticated beef cattle production really has gotten. And yeah, all the cattle here on our station here, and this is the animal science department has their own beef cow operation, and everything here is identified with electronic identification tags. And so as they run through the chute, we have a wand that can pick up a signal from that ID and transport it into a computer where we can do all kinds of data manipulations and record all kinds of information based on that electronic identification.
Dr. Rodney explains the electronic tagging process for their cattle.
This makes it so much more efficient when an animal can walk in and all you got to do is wave that wand across its ear, and it tells you everything you need to know. It captures that information on the computer. We can take that information back into the office and download it onto a regular computer, and there's all kinds of sophisticated software where you can do really sophisticated data analysis to just basic data analysis, whatever you want to do, but it really makes record keeping much more efficient and gives producers a whole lot more to work with. Producers and veterinarians a whole lot more information to work with at their hand.
Auburn also has a large animal dairy unit. We went over to the dairy barn and spoke with Dr. Julie Gard.
The first thing, we had to get our milking machine turned on right. You got to make sure they know you're there.
Okay.
Because sometimes if you just jump in there and start stripping them, they'll kick you.
Is she used to this?
She is used to it, and she's a really sweet cow, actually.
What's her name?
It's just 62.
Just cow. Just 62.
We want to actually name her Michelle. We've decided to name her
Michelle. All right.
And so, but she's a young girl. This is her first lactation, but she's sweet as can be. She likes to be petted on.
Awesome.
So what you're going to do is strip out the cow first.
Man, look at that milk.
So you strip out about 4 to 6 good strips.
Right, okay.
On all quarters here, and this parlor, I'm a little short. So we'll strip it out and we'll look at the milk. We're also going to go ahead and get what's a sample for a California mastitis test.
Now, you know, I know no one would drink that straight out of the udder, but I mean, if you had to, would it hurt you? Or, I'm not going to do it.
There are many, before pasteurization came around,
they used to drink it right out of the udder, didn't they?
Exactly.
Back in the old days.
And so raw milk, and that's kind of coming back in vogue. People will get that. And the problem is there are certain diseases like tuberculosis, and we don't really have a problem with our dairy cows having it in this country, but other countries do. And so if you don't pasteurize the milk, then you run the risk of other diseases.
Now it's my turn.
Once you do that.
Okay, all right.
Okay, hook it on there. That's it.
All right, we're there.
Yeah, and that one too.
And this thing's got a suction.
Yeah, and this has a suction.
And she's used to this.
She is used to this. And it's an alternating suction, so.
Okay.
So then the milk will
Look at that milk coming through here.
Now the milk's coming out. And this is called an automatic takeoff here. So she'll be milked, and when she's through or her milk gets to a certain point where it drops down where she's doesn't have a large flow of milk, then it'll sense it in that little sensor, and it'll cut the vacuum off. So
this is all milk down here.
Yeah.
Dr. Dwight Wolf with the Food Animals section, a self-professed city boy, came to Auburn as a student. He now calls Auburn his home. They even named a building after him.
One part of veterinary medicine that's a little unique to food animal practice as we become involved with the family. You make many personal relationships through a small animal practice. We make those relationships as well as being part of the business relationship. Being a veterinarian is a people business. Animals are why we get together. And we have an opportunity from the production side to assist both with the animal welfare, the client's economic stability, and peace of mind, and it's very rewarding.
Janetta Tabor and Chance Armstrong are a couple of Dr. Wolf's students.
At Auburn University, we start off, we get up in the mornings and we come to school, and a lot of the days are just lectures sitting in the classroom. There are some laboratories where we get to go in to look at microscope slides or look at specimens, and it's very interactive. And as I said before, we can come out here, and there's some laboratories we have outside here at the large animal clinics where we get hands-on with the horses or the cattle or whatever it may be.
I would definitely strongly suggest you go through an animal science background, because when you get here, the students that don't come through an animal science background, I think, are at a deficit, because our society is so far away from the family farm these days that animal science degree gives you an opportunity at least to get some hands-on experience with some animals, and so you won't be so intimidated when you get here, when you're actually dealing with patients on a daily basis, and you don't have to worry about that aspect of it. You can just concentrate on the medicine.
And last but not least, what motivates you to wake up and come to work in the morning?
That's an easy question. There's two answers. One is to see the light come on in the student's eye when they understand. The other is to see a trailer leave here with an animal on it, that the animal is healthy and the owner is happy. We've helped someone.
Dr. Edward Morrison discusses how students get hands-on training in the classroom.
It's a physically demanding and an intellectually demanding curriculum. It's tough. You have to be in shape if you're going to do this curriculum. They are in class quite a bit. There's in the freshman year, it starts at 8 o'clock this morning. We had from 8 to 10. Then they're in lecture from 11 to 12. There's an hour off. Then they come back for a lecture, and then they're in lab until 5 o'clock. And that's just on Wednesday. It varies from day to day, but it's a full day. It's a full-time job, and that's what I tell them.
Dr. Gary Beard explains the extensive outreach program conducted by the College of Veterinary Medicine.
Outreach covers continuing education, professional education for veterinarians who are mandated by the state to have a certain number of continuing education hours per year. And then we also reach out to K through 12 with young students who are interested in veterinary medicine, and we found that they make that decision pretty young, 12 years old, 13 years old, junior high school. So if your son or daughter is saying, you know, I want to be a veterinarian, well, pay attention, because that's when they usually make their decision. We have open house, which is for the public and for students that are interested in veterinary medicine here April the 19th, and that's a huge date for us.
Talk to the animals.
Most everyone loves animals. Whether you're a dog person, a cat person, or even a lover of non-traditional house pets, there's one thing that all of our animals will need at some point in time, and that's a veterinarian. Dr. Mickey Golden has been a veterinarian for the past 25 years, 23 of those in Montgomery. He came about his career choice in a somewhat unusual way.
As I got older, I got to think about what I would like to be. And I'd think of something, I said, no, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. And at some point in high school, I had to do a report, and it was actually talking about the Depression. And the English teacher, her husband was a veterinary student at Auburn. And so I made a remark to her, I says, boy, you know, that'd be a tough profession to be in during a time of the Depression. And her response was, well, no. Actually, you know, at times when there was rough times in more of an agricultural area, you know, they did more of a bartering type thing, chicken eggs and milk and stuff, swapping out for services. But it says, you know, things have changed so much that people really take care of their pets just like their family members. And so anyway, that crossed my mind as I had to do this report on the Depression and what it was like living during that period of time. When I was a junior in high school, I can remember reading an article in one of the magazines, such as Farm Journal, and they would just remarked on the difficulty of getting into vet school, and many times students from the small rural areas having more trouble getting accepted and getting into vet school. And I'd always sort of done pretty well in high school, and that was sort of like a challenge. I said, I can do it. And so I thought, man, this would be great to do what I enjoy and be able to make a living at it. I went to a little 1A high school, Reeltown, Alabama, Reeltown High School, and we had like 37 people graduate my high school class. And so sometimes when I hear people say, you know, I don't know if I've got the background to get in, I don't know if I did, you know, the way I look at it, I did it, you can do it. You know, so it don't matter if you come from a small high school, large high school. The biggest thing is it's going to take dedication and discipline.
Like doctors, vets provide suggestions for preventive care. And like humans, animals can have some of the very same problems we do.
Now, what's her name?
Roxy.
Roxy.
Okay, let's stand back a little bit with Jade so they can see the scale there. And so Roxy is, the scale here, let's see. Oh, it's okay, Roxy. There you go. That's
She's a smart girl.
84.5 pounds. And so Roxy may be a little like some of us. We have a little extra poundage and weight.
She likes her groceries, huh?
That's right. That's right. And it's a big factor. We worry about nutrition in our pets and everything, but more or less, it's most of the nutrition problems we see are where they're overweight, just like with people nowadays, you know, in the United States. And so it's not there, you know, hey, malnutrition are bad if they're not getting enough, they're getting too much.
Roxy looks like she's ready to get this over with. So with that, Dr. Golden lifts her up on the table for her exam.
4.5 pounds,
Oh my gosh.
And it can burn somebody's back. All right, so we start out here with Roxy, and basically what we're doing, we're just looking at the nose, make sure everything's okay there, pull it back. We're going to be looking at the teeth. And just like with us, you have the plaque and the tartar buildup. So, I mean, we go to the dentist twice a year, you know, get our teeth cleaned. And many times, rawhide bones, chew bones, those kind of things help. But you can see where it's starting to build up there. What we'll be talking to them about is getting these clean. All right, well, let's see. Then next, after we look at the teeth, we'll come back here and we'll check the eyes out. And like I said, they can get the same type of problems we do, eye infections, cataracts, you know, there's surgeries and everything for that. So we look like we're going to be okay there. We'll come on back and listen to the heart. Now what we're looking for here is just the rhythm. We look for the heart rate, and we'll listen for any abnormality, say search as a murmur or something like that. And we'll come on back here, and basically what we're doing at this point in time, whenever you're handling your dogs or your cats or anything at home, about once a month it is good. You just sort of run your hands all over them, and you want to find any lumps or bumps. So just like in humans, you know, they have cancer. So the sooner you can catch something, the better off you're going to be. So we like in human medicine, we do use the digital now. We do have to get a rectal reading, and so it's very important. Many times normal temperature in a dog is going to be about 101.5 degrees. All right, use a little alcohol, and we're going to be going into what they call the cephalic vein. Sometimes their blood pressure ain't that great, so they tell us to make a fist. Instead, we squeeze their paw.
All right.
And we try to get it built up there. All right. Then we just slide in there.
Wow, some thick blood, or it just looks like it is.
It is. She's a good patient. Just stayed still very well.
After going through the exam and some hands-on training, Roxy was ready to go.
And so, all right, Roxy did good. We got all our shots here. We got our blood work. The only thing that we're going to have to do on Roxy, and they'll take her out and do that, we will collect a urine sample. And then we'll send this all this off to the laboratory, and then we'll do an interpretation as far as being able to tell what kind of health that she's in.
And Roxy will be good to go.
That's right. That's right. All right, Rox.
All right, Roxy.
Okay.
Being a vet has its good things and bad things. For Dr. Golden, it's something he wouldn't trade.
I guess it's that drive to want to help. You know, just you want to do well, you want to help, and anything it's going to do to provide, you know, the best service is what you want to do. So if it's more reading, if it's putting more time in, it's coming back to check on something, all that falls into part of it because that's what's necessary.
Loving animals is a positive when it comes to being a vet. But as Dr. Golden explains, it's not the only thing.
I enjoy working with the pets, getting to know them. They become like a, you know, extended friends, family, and it's a situation where sometimes you'll have an individual that's thinking about going into veterinary medicine, and they'll make the comment, I really like animals better than people. I'd rather, you know, work with animals than I had people. I said, wrong job. If you can't work with people, you don't get the opportunity to work with the pets. And so it's one of those type things. We probably have the best of both worlds. I get to work with the animals, with the pets, as well as working with the people.
For more information on Dr. Golden or becoming a small animal veterinarian, visit our website at www.onthejobtv.org.
This week's job and training opportunities include aircraft manufacturing and support technicians, maintenance technicians, and production operators. All of these opportunities are for pre-employment training through AIDT, unless otherwise stated. In Pike County, Sikorsky is seeking aircraft manufacturing and support technicians for its facility in Troy. A high school diploma or GED is required, and applicants must have mechanical aptitude and basic math skills, and pass a 9th grade reading assessment. ThyssenKrupp Steel USA and ThyssenKrupp Stainless USA are seeking candidates for industrial maintenance and operations positions at their new carbon and stainless steel processing facilities currently under construction in North Mobile County. All applicants must apply online at the AIDT program website, www.jobs.aidt.edu/steel. For more information on these and other opportunities, visit our website at www.onthejobtv.org.
What is fun, educational, and a little smelly? It's none other than Pell City High School's Kids Day on the Farm. This is an annual event sponsored by the FFA each year, inviting children from surrounding areas to come and learn about animals and their purpose.
What we try and do is give them an opportunity to see as much hands-on agriculture, from everything from horses to cows to sheep to pigs to the bees to the sheep shearing. We try to do as much hands-on activity as far as demonstration type activities as we can to keep it interactive and fun for the kids. We have refreshments and other things for the kids. We have agricultural products that we try and serve them, golden flake chips and that type of stuff, so that they know that hopefully where some of this stuff is coming from. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of preparation. It starts months in advance, trying to get animals lined up and get activities for the students and make sure that everybody is available for the day that we have. Like Matt Armbruster with the Mobile Dairy Classroom, we have to book him well in advance. He's a very organized person as far as his program goes. He has a lot of activities he does this time of the year, so it's something that we have to plan well in advance and get the volunteers and those folks here on time and make sure everything's in order. And we try and let our students do as much of the contact information and that stuff so that they can learn this process too.
On the farm, the children were able to witness a sheep shearer cut the wool off of a sheep and see a farrier take a horseshoe and place it on the hoof of a horse. These are both important jobs that involve animals. But the event that seemed to grab the most attention was Lily, the dairy cow with the Southwest Dairy Farmers Mobile Dairy Classroom program. Matt conducts the presentation, teaching kids about the dairy industry.
All right, y'all say hey to Lily for me. Hey. Now this is Lily, and Lily is a Holstein dairy cow. So first tell me this, what do dairy cows do for us? What's their job? To make milk, that's right. Lily's job is to make milk. She's a Holstein, and that's just one breed or one kind of dairy cow. There's lots of different breeds or different kinds of dairy cows. There's Jerseys and Guernseys and Ayrshires and Brown Swiss. But these black and white cows like Lily are called Holsteins. And they're really big cows. She weighs almost 1,500 pounds. She's really big. Lily eats almost 100 pounds of food every day. And she drinks more than a bathtub full of water every day. So Lily's eating and drinking a lot, isn't she? She is, so she needs to eat a lot and drink a lot so she can make lots of milk. All right, and Lily gets milk twice a day. We milk dairy cows twice a day, once in the morning and once at night. She usually makes about this much milk in the morning and that same amount at nighttime. Auburn donates the cows for the program, and that's a huge help to the dairy farmers. If Auburn was not donating a cow, we would be leasing a cow from a dairy farm, and we would be paying them for the loss of milk, paying them for feed and board. So it's a huge donation that the vet school and E.V. Smith Research Farms from Auburn University. That's a huge help to myself and the dairy farmers. They're great to work with. And we've asked her, you guys want to learn how to milk a cow? Yeah! All right, everybody put an okie dokie signs like this, okay? Call that first finger number 1, bring down your next finger, call it 2, bring down your next finger, call it 3, then go whoosh, whoosh. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, whoosh. 1, 2, 3, whoosh. Oh, y'all are really good. Let's see if that works, okay? 1, 2, 3. Did you guys see that? 1, 2, 3. Now listen, guys, this is the way my grandparents used to have to milk their cows. Maybe some of your grandparents milk this way, and it takes a long time. It would take me about 30 minutes to sit here and milk her by hand. That's a long time to sit there and do that.
So now, being Southwest Dairy Farmers, you don't only service Alabama, or do you just service Alabama?
I mainly stay in Alabama. I have went on some trips to Memphis and even to Branson, Missouri, but
wow.
Alabama's dairy farmers pay for this part of the program. Southwest Dairy in Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma is almost a brand, if you will. They don't endorse any certain brand like Mayfield or Barber's would be to us, but cheese, ice cream, yogurt, they promote dairy in general. And it's very important for us to promote the image of dairy farmers because of the environment, urban sprawl, and those type things. We really want to educate, especially adults, about what dairy farmers are doing to take care of our environment and how, you know, people are moving out to these areas where dairy farms are, so we have to all get along and work together. And for the kids and for adults, we want to educate them about where their food comes from and promote dairy products while we're doing it.
And you know, food, shelter, and clothing, I mean, I ate a biscuit this morning. But you know, I just didn't think about it took a farmer to make that biscuit and that glass of milk I had this morning at Hardee's.
Right.
It took somebody working with Nellie somewhere. You know what I mean? And we just, and you educate kids, but I mean, I'm sure you educate everybody.
Yeah, I have a lot of good conversations with adults, especially at fairs, and sometimes teachers ask questions and will hang back and want to get more in depth about things. So I have a unique opportunity to talk to adults about dairy farming, not just where our milk comes from, because believe it or not, people my dad's age, 50s, 60s, don't think about where their food comes from. So, like the fact that this cow that we're milking up here has to have a calf before she'll ever produce milk. You'd be surprised at the number of people that say, well, I never thought about that. She's a dairy cow. I just thought she made milk. So, tell me some things you like to eat that's made from milk. What's some dairy products that you like? Tell me, I'm listening. Cheese, ice cream. We put milk in our cereal. Butter's a good one. Yogurt. Hey, now hold up. I heard somebody say chocolate milk. I've got a question for y'all. Does chocolate milk come from brown cows? Can we feed a cow a Hershey bar and get chocolate milk from it? No? What do you guys do if you want some chocolate milk at home? It's chocolate syrup? Hey, listen, I went to the plant where they homogenize and pasteurize their milk. That's where they put it in the jug you get at the grocery store and the box you get at school. And they've got a huge tub this tall and this big around full of chocolate syrup. And that chocolate syrup goes in one line and meets some milk in another line, and out comes chocolate milk in the jug. They make it the same way we do, okay? So listen, butter and cheese, ice cream and yogurt, pudding, cottage cheese, whipped cream, all those different things are made from milk.
Like the kids, I wandered around the farm, petting the animals and talking with some of the owners about the benefits and advantages of each animal. Some of the animals were more interesting than others, like the miniature horses.
All right. What's his name?
One of the miniatures was named Joe.
Hey, puppy. That's about like what he is. There you go, Joe. There you go, Joe. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Come on. Come on.
The kids enjoyed the farm, getting familiar with the different animals and learning about their importance on the farm. Hopefully, some of these children will be inspired to work with animals in the future.
For more information about these jobs and other opportunities, please visit our website at www.onthejobtv.org.
That's all, folks. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions about this or any other on-the-job program, feel free to contact us via email at feedback@onthejobtv.org. Next week on The Job, Bobby John finds out about the world of heating and cooling at Southern Union Community College. Then it's off to visit the Pharmacy Tech program at Wallace-Hanceville. We'll also give you the week's job and training opportunities around the state. That's all next week on The Job.